stream. It's Wednesday. Normally we'd be streaming Sorcerer King, but it's GalCiv launch week, and so it's GalCiv all week, all the time. We live and breathe nothing else. All we do is GalCiv. All we do is rule the galaxy. That's all we do anymore.
Well, unless you're enslaved by the Drenchen, and then they're eating your skin.
Either way, I'm Adam. I'm the host. That's Brad. He's the CEO and founder of Stardock and the creator of Galactic Civilizations 3. Has been working quite a bit the creator of Galactic Civilizations.
Yeah, Paul is this is Paul Boyer's baby.
Yes, that's very true. So Paul is the lead designer, but Brad has been working quite a bit on GalCiv 3, at least in the last couple of weeks, doing a lot of the AI work.
Yeah, AI and performance.
Yep. You tweet a lot about VTune these days.
I love VTune. What amazing tool. I cut down those long late game turn times from 90 seconds to like 12.
Yeah, which is hilarious because wasn't it like the mini map was taking some ridiculous amount of cycles?
Oh, you had the mini map. A lot of it was the way we were doing Fog of War, because people always want their AI not to cheat, and so at the highest levels, I feel the gloves come off. But at the other levels, every AI has their own Fog of War, and on a really large map, that's a lot of things to track. So we had to re-implement that.
Sure. So today you can see, I see somebody in the chat, Zapgun for Hire, already noticed that the campaign button is ungrayed.
Ooh, should we press the button on that?
That's up to you, Brad. You always like campaign to be a release day surprise, but if you want to show it off, man, I mean, it's your company. I can't stop you.
Well, my view is that, if people are coming to our Twitch, they should get to see something.
I think that's an excellent idea. Also, we put up the intro cinematic from the campaign today. It's exclusive on IGN.com.
No, it's Curse has the
Am I
campaign.
Backwards? Sorry, Curse has a campaign. You would think I would know this.
has the exclusive launch trailer.
The launch trailer is up on IGN, so you can check that out.
Good.
You can check that out. You can check out the campaign intro on Curse, and so you can get a little taste this way. But I think chat wants you to press the button.
All right, I'm going to press the button. So one of the things I want to do. So
yes.
I'm unscripted, and so I can do what I'm going to. I have no marketing hates when I talk to. I think I've been asked to get rid of my Twitter account so many times over the years.
I've given up.
Yeah, it's just it's too late. Everyone. There's always I've heard. The interesting story is that apparently there's a book coming out about Elon Musk and quotes from him.
Yeah,
and I don't appear nearly as crazy.
He is a very outspoken guy. For those of you who don't know, he is the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla and all that kind of stuff. He's very much a futurist. He's in the media all the time because he says crazy stuff. Oh my God, if my Skype noise is on, I'm going to kill myself. So if that was on, I apologize. It's muted now. We should be good.
All right.
All right.
Well, one of the things I want to do, I've already put in the request, is that because the GalCiv 3 engine is so much more capable and our budget is so much better that I would like to take the GalCiv 1 and GalCiv 2 campaigns and bring them into the GalCiv 3 universe, right? So that someone could actually start from the beginning and play all the way through using the GalCiv 3 engine.
Awesome. I just lost my chat, so apologies for that. Chrome, for some reason, logged me out because it hates me.
That's ironic. So you're actually you're on Twitch, but you're streaming to Twitch, but you're not on Twitch.
That's right. Everybody, by the way, give a round of applause to Bruce from IT. Bruce, come over here and say hi if you would. He has been working really hard to fix the issues. There he is. That's the guy.
So what was it? What it was making our...
It was NIC drivers, and it was like the physical switch, right? And so Bruce changed those out, did some tweaking of the drivers, and instead of 10 megabits upload, we have like 120. From this room, which we should.
Our fiber is
right. I mean,
wait, we were only on a 10. Our switch was only a 10 megabit switch.
It was only performing on this port at 10 meg.
So this port on the Switch was only a 10 meg. Sorry, I cut you off, Bruce. So that's because viewers can't hear you. So now that everybody knows our network situation, but anyway, lots of applause for Bruce in the chat. Thank you, Bruce. We're actually streaming at a higher bit rate today, and it's going perfectly smoothly. I see no frame drops, so everything should be cool. Anyway, programming notes done. Nope, one more programming note. We're going to have some more giveaways today. I'm going to be giving away some Elite Founder keys, which you can't get anywhere else because they are no longer on sale and have not been on sale for many, many moons.
No, those are going to be worth a fortune because we're going to be releasing so much stuff over. I think the scheduled lifetime of GalCiv 3. So not there won't be a GalCiv 4 for probably around 7 years at least. It's going to be all expansions and DLC for 7 years. Which people think, well, how can you make that guarantee? Well, GalCiv 2 was released in 2006. So that was 9 years ago.
Right. So there's going to be lots and lots of DLC and expansions and of course free patches with lots of stuff. We already have a ton on the people keep saying, oh, that's for 1.1, that's for 1.1. I'm like, I'm kind of curious to see what actually makes it into 1.1.
Well, 1.1 is mostly going to be, I want the Steamworks integration.
Right.
I want to be
Steam
I want other people's aliens. Tachyon has promised me that I will get access to everyone else's ships, because like one of the most crippling things to the AI is the ship design part. The AI's ships are sucky compared to what the really good players can do, because they figure all kinds of, and if I can just use their ships, that'll make their life a lot easier. So let me, so the GalCiv story, which has been going over 20 years, is pretty straightforward. Essentially, in the year 2178, humans invent a faster than light technology called hyperdrive, and it gets out to other civilizations, and as a result, there's a space race on. And that's basically GalCiv 1. In GalCiv 2, the Drengen Empire, who are these really nasty bad guys, are going around trying to find these precursor artifacts. Because it turns out there was a civilization that covered the galaxy a long, long time ago that got discovered when when everyone started going around the galaxy, kept finding these precursor artifacts. And the Drengen accidentally freed a faction of these precursors called the Dreadlords from this pocket universe they had been imprisoned in, and they nearly destroyed everyone. But the Terran Alliance and their allies got together and beat back the Dreadlords, only for the Drengen to backstab them and conquer everyone except for Earth. Earth got protected by a precursor shield, and the Terran fleet got thrown into a pocket universe, which is where they've been for 10 years, and that's where the campaign starts. So let's go ahead. So this is, we're going to start it up here.
I had some good questions for you, Brad, if you want to take a couple questions out of the chat. If you are new to the stream or just need the reminder, we love to take questions out of the chat. Here is the intro cinematic we were talking about, which is super cool. The sound is low enough that I don't want to cut the talking just so people can get the sound. You'll get the you can go watch
if
this
you play
on,
and if you play the game, you'll get this.
So. Right.
So.
Well, tomorrow you'll get it.
Tomorrow.
But you can go watch this, like I said, on curse.com. And on their YouTube channel. It is all up on there. But anyway, if you're new to the stream, we love to take your questions. Just please tag at Stardock like you see people doing in the chat there. GalCiv chat moves too fast for me to really keep up on it while we're streaming here. So that highlights it in my chat window, so it lets me kind of keep up on it. So with that said, we had a good question from Sylar, who's one of our longtime supporters and makes a lot of our streams. Thank you for your support. It says, any word on changes for 50-plus player maps? The first turn maxes the CPU and takes like 5 or 10 minutes for that first turn to go.
5 or 10 minutes. Well, first of all, I play on 100-player maps, and I don't get that.
You're not getting it on the first turn. Okay.
I don't get any of that. But I can tell them what's causing it.
Okay.
So this goes back to my beloved V-Tune. And yes, I would marry it, but the stupid crazies, they won't let me marry my profiler. That sounds really bad. Okay. So, basically, here's the deal. It's pathfinding. Pathfinding, everything in the game is very multi-threaded, including most of the pathfinding. But what happens is that all these players, they send, having too many Coca-Colas. All the AI players, when they go and move their ships, send jobs out to the main thread that causes for their ships to move. And the problem there is that that's one thread, and worse, it's the main thread. I kind of threw a poop fit, I guess is the... That's not the word, but when I found out about that, it's like, son of a gun. And the reason for that, I actually wrote this online, because I have given the Civ 5 lead developer and AI developer is actually works at Oxide now, so I work directly with him, and I have given him so much grief because Civ 5 does the same thing. And then when I found out GalCiv's doing it, my God, I hope he doesn't find out. Well, hopefully, I won't be telling him because that is very embarrassing.
So,
And I'm not going to play this very long because I don't want to spoil it.
right.
I'm just going to show you the first battle.
All right. The first battle is sweet.
But anyway, so the point is that what should be done is that every A-star, every Pathfind should be sent off to its own thread. And that would almost completely eliminate that. And it will. We'll get to that. But it shouldn't be taking 10 minutes. Like I said, on a decent machine, I no offense to your machine, but there's something really screwed up if it's taking more than a minute.
Siler says that they're running an 8-core AMD. So, but if it's an 8-core AMD, it might have a slower clock speed. So if you're jamming the main thread with the pathfinding like that,
yeah, it doesn't matter
do
how many cores you have for that
Right.
issue. That's why, right? Ironically, if they moved it out, the AMD is so much better on the cores than Intel generally. All right, so when you start out the game, the ship that was in the intro, there it is. You get it. You actually get. It's not one of those. Hey, look, they made a trailer that has nothing to do with the game. It's like, no, you get this. You've just come out of that from out of the Pocket Universe.
It's the Crusader.
It's a Crusader, and it is nasty. So
I got a question for chat, actually.
Sure.
Would you guys be interested in buying 3D prints of sweet GalCiv ships like the Crusader? That's a question that I have. I'm curious to see what people think about that, or if they think that those would be cool.
This is the battle I want to show off here.
Because just FYI, it looks like it would be about $40 for like a 3 to 4 inch long model of a ship through some of the vendors we were looking at. So if that's something people would be interested in, I mean, then I'll spend my time setting it up. That's all. Let me know in the chat.
All right, so yeah, the Crusader here. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and find the Crusader. There he is. Whoops, I'm top down.
Sorry, I had to turn the battle sounds way down because those are still really loud.
There he goes. So I love how you can highlight it. You know how it's actually not that easy to do that, by the way. The highlighted 3D thing like this in real time.
It looks sweet though.
Yeah, it's very expensive, but this ship has even taken 1 hit point of damage. Now, when you play the campaign, one of the things that we missed that some people might think is like, oh, I can take this ship and just walk over everyone. It's like, no. It's a really powerful ship, but it is not enough to all by itself defeat the Drengen Empire. It will get destroyed if you abuse it, but it's enough to free Archaea.
Oh man,
which is what you do right away.
I hope that you guys have decent downstream because we're streaming this at 1080p. It should be looking really good at a nice high bit rate. So anyway, that's all.
So there we go.
People want
and I actually did lose some ships.
Okay. People want plush Kona dolls, Brad. That's what I'm getting out of the chat. Kona plushies.
Yeah.
It's the new future for Stardock.
So this is, but yeah. Now the funny backstory is what's powering this is a precursor artifact that is called the Bane.
The Bane.
Yes.
I recognize that from other things because I've spent way too much time editing your texts that details the lore of all your games.
Yeah. See, in the future, the Bane has been something. The Bane has been a real problem in a different game,
right? And
that we're working on, and actually in that whole game universe, the Orb of Power, so to speak, and so eventually, though, it gets sent off into a Pocket Universe because that way they'll never have to deal with it. It'll never be a problem
ever again.
Because
That's
it's
right.
It's not like it has ever gone and corrupted people. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. This is supposed to be for some new players. So I'm gonna do. I guess I'll do whatever the players want to do. So what would they like? Are there questions on the channel? What they want me to do? Do they want me to play this, or do they want me to try out a new game? Or
that's a good question. What do you think, chat? I have been slacking and do not have straw poll set up, so I apologize for that. But just put whatever you want in the chat, and we'll take what it sounds like. Oh my God, people are complaining about the bitrate. Shush, the bitrate is beautiful. I don't want to hear about it.
Are they saying the bitrate's too slow or too low quality?
No, they're saying it's the same. It's actually quite a bit higher. And anyways, we're capped by Twitch. Twitch won't push out more than 3,500 for us. So it is what it is. But we love Twitch anyway, so we appreciate that.
So what else?
Sorry, the chat is on it's on a bit of a delay, so it always takes a minute for people to get in. People are saying new game.
All right.
Yeah, no game. Nobody wants spoilers, so you are vindicated in your thoughts about how you want to not show off the
all right
the campaign. God, talking is hard. All right. In the meantime, I think we should run a contest, though. I think we should say, let's see, Crusading FTW. All right. We're going to run a contest. It's going to be, if you type Crusading FTW in the chat, you'll be entered to win an Elite Founder key. Is the keyword.
So while you're talking about that, I would just tell people how I tend to play the game.
Do it.
My favorite is to play it on medium. I like lots of opponents. So I do not like them at beginner though. I usually play the game now on challenging. Now that's because I'm pretty good pretty decent at the game. Beyond that, I get creamed. I do not like minor races. Most people, they're off by default, by the way.
That was you were really insistent on that.
I thought it made the game look cheap that the minor races aren't animated. I think our regular players will understand why they're not, because holy cow, that'd be no player wants to say, well, it was expensive to do have that many, but I don't like them.
Fair enough.
All right. But I will put them on rare. I have so challenging. But the part that I usually make my star frequency uncommon.
Okay.
By not planet frequency.
I should
by the
say
way, if anyone asks, in 1.1 you will be able to have number of opponents and just have it be random, because that's
going to be 1.1.
Yeah, that was something I threw a fit about too.
A lot of people have been asking about that. We actually had Evil Monkey ask that in the chat a little bit earlier. So glad we got that answer out there. Cool.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead. I think that's enough.
All right, I think that's enough entries in the contest. People are slowing down. We got this. I'm going to roll it off with my beautiful Chrome extension. Elethiomel wins. Congratulations. You win a key. Anybody who wins today, by the way, will get a chat. You'll get a Twitter message or a Twitch message from me from the Stardock account to your Twitch message box. It'll be after the stream. I don't go through and do all the copy and pasting until later, but
so I'm kind of playing this. Do people are mostly new to the game, or are they looking for like what someone who knows how to play the game plays?
I would say let's go a little deeper today. I think based on the viewer number, we have a lot of people. It's a lot of our existing kind of crowd.
Okay.
So not that the viewer number is bad. The viewer number is great. We got 261 at the moment, which is awesome. And we thank you all very much for joining us. So, but I would go a little bit deeper, and if people have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. If you had anything that went in before that giveaway spam, you're gonna have to paste it again because it is gone. But you can just kind of walk us through what you're doing.
All right. So what I do when I play the game is I jam up research up to the max first turn, and then I use my money to instantly buy up a research center or research lab. Then on research on a tech, I instantly go for, interstellar travel, because that is the that gets me a +1 move, which I care about.
+1 move is super nice, especially if you don't start with a bonus move as a racial.
Right.
Because, man, starting ships are slow.
Yes, they are.
I made a horrible mistake and traded away my trade resource that gave me extra moves in my current game. That was dumb. And I traded it to the Iconians, who I actually like, so I can't just go to war and obviate the trade, which is what I would do otherwise. But we're gearing up for war with the Kryn, and that's going to be a thing. So anyway, moving on.
This is a pet peeve of mine. Blue Star shouldn't have habitable planets, but
Blue Star should have no planets?
Should not have habitable planets. Basically, I've always made it a rule that only yellow stars should have planets.
Ah, okay.
That's just my own bugaboo.
Yeah,
it's not actually a bug. It's just a design.
Yeah.
I'm just whining.
I try not to worry too much about the physics of anything, because if you start actually thinking about the physics of space travel and space warfare, it just gets real stupid real fast. So
yeah. Oh, I know. It's all right. Research. All right. So once I get that, the next thing I do is I get xeno-industrialization.
Oh, this is a great idea out of the chat from IG Prawn. I love this. One of the mods I've wanted to try is the idea that the galaxy is already colonized. You're a new race entering an established galaxy, and choose your path is however you want to destabilize their united galaxy and carve the path to galactic unification. Think there will be the ability to create the scenario or mod the scenario or officially support this scenario.
I'm pretty sure the first. Oh crap! I am pretty sure that you will be able to do that. The first DLC. See, now look down here.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's only 13, but 13 is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's insane.
We had one of the streamers I was on with found a 26 the other day. I was like,
I have never found a 26.
I haven't either. I found a couple of 25s.
Oh yeah, a 25 is about the best I've ever seen.
Yep. I think it was a 26. Maybe it was a 25. I might be lying.
No, I mean even anything over 20 is extremely rare.
Yeah. So the anyway, to answer the question about the modding, I mean it sounds like something you could definitely
The first
do.
DLC is going to be is going to be the map editor.
Okay.
And maps and stuff, and you should be able to, I think, set it up so that those planets are already inhabited by a particular player.
Should be pretty doable.
So it's more like you'll have to load a custom map rather than a scenario.
Right.
But it's the same thing.
But I mean, in the XML, like you should be able to. I mean, if you understand modding and you understand how the XML works, you should be able to define events and stuff. I guess I don't know how if you can be able to script it out. If you want to
pre-populate the planets, oh look what I found, the class 19. Oh, that is so lucky. This is why, the AI is not nearly as good as a human yet at this kind of thing. So I'm taking advantage of their.
Of like seeing a 19 of it. Oh my God, I need to rush a colony ship right now and get it out there.
Yeah, there's a couple things like that. There's a lot of APIs I'm looking to get into the game. All right, I'm going to send him over here.
I'm really glad we got some of the map generation in as far as like getting the tight clusters and stuff.
This.
I really like. Oh my God!
I know this is like one of those games.
Is this on occasional? Or did you crank it up to abundant?
I have abundant planets, only an uncommon planet. See, most of the planets aren't good. You see, it's just that I have lots of planets.
Man. Yeah.
So if you put it's just one of those things that I love to play around with, and it's paying off.
Fair enough. Corridor says that diminishing returns for stacking sensors on a cargo hull was mentioned. Any info about when and how it is going to be implemented? That's more of a Paul question, I think.
Yeah, I would be against that.
You like your sensor boats?
I am a big believer in. Oh, actually, I want benevolent.
Oh man, 30% approval ain't nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have gone malevolent there. This is a good benevolent map though, because you want to Rex. So you're against the diminishing returns on the sensor boats.
What's that? Yeah.
Okay.
I build those all the time.
Oh, I do too. Well, you're kind of dumb not to right now. Interesting. Let's see. Can we remove or raise the Empire power rating? It's currently capped at 5,000. That's surprising. The Empire power ranking is currently capped at 5,000.
No, it's not.
No, Larson X in the chat says
I personally programmed that.
All right.
That calc.
Fair enough.
Though I mean, I guess I shouldn't say never. Maybe somewhere way up the stream. I'm not capping it.
Well, it could be a display bug. I mean, could be a number of things. But reported in the forums.
I did not mean to do that.
Bugs should always be. Did you lose your?
We'll find out.
Now you're gonna lose it. I think, unless that got fixed. Nope, it's still not fixed.
Oh, damn it!
Because if you're unfamiliar, Terrans get a free new building, the free first improvement on every colony they make.
I could go back into my last save game.
You could, but then you'd be a dirty save scummer. So, anyway,
I'm just going a little too fast. Too much StarCraft. We were streaming playing StarCraft. It's like I'm spastic. It's like you couldn't even follow what I was doing.
That's true. But anyway, so Terrans get their first improvement's free. But if you cancel it, if you choose it and then you cancel it, you lose it. You lose out. You don't get it back.
That kind of makes sense.
It's a bug, and we need to fix it. And
it's not actually a bug. I'm pretty sure that Paul intended that to be like, hey, you don't get to game it or something.
I think Paul was pretty was on board for getting rid of it. I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm saying it's working as designed. It's just a design that they may not want to keep.
All right.
Universal Translator, right?
See, will we be able to change things like the home system names of custom races? I believe
that's easy. That's all XML.
That's in. Yeah, you can do it in the XML now. I think people want it in the faction creator, so they don't have to go digging in the XML, which I think is something that Paul said that he wanted to add, but I don't think we have a time frame for it.
Yeah, but one of the things is we really do want to get people to start messing with the XML more. We don't want to have to create an editor for everything.
Right.
We don't have an editor for that. We
for custom faction stuff.
Yeah, we just have to.
That's not the editor.
Well, it's in a spreadsheet.
Right. Well, it's a lot easier than going into the raw XML and doing
I
some
prefer
live
the
text.
I prefer the XML.
Do you really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Interesting. I much prefer the spreadsheet.
Oops. So I'm just zipping through here. So I've
met the Altarians. Her art is so awesome.
She's nice. She likes me. You can tell she likes me because she's nodding.
Oh, is that her happy face?
It's her happy face. That just went in 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we had it forever. Like the art was done forever ago.
Yeah, but it wasn't actually hooked in. It was only in the neutral.
So we got that in. So that's exciting.
Oh crap! No! I know where you're going.
Let's see. Will there be official scenarios? Not sure. It sounds like that sounds like DLC to me.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. There'll probably be some. Basically, if the market demands it, it'll be made.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, the ultimate thing is for the most part, this is GalCiv 3. Internally, we almost kind of regard it in some ways as a platform. Almost more so than a game.
I think of it as a platform because it's
I know
so
one
of the things. Oh yeah, when you guys go into the XML directory and you start realizing that we're just barely scratching the surface.
Yeah, so there's a ton of stuff that we can do. I mean, we built this so that we can do a ton of this stuff pretty easily.
I may regret doing
you
this.
may regret doing this. You don't have any shields on your survey. My Altarian survey had shields the other day, but that was in 0.97, I think. So. But yeah, with no shields, I think these pirates are gonna. If you had enough missiles to alpha strike them, you might have been okay. But
we'll find out. Let's see. How am I doing?
Ah,
I have a lot of hit
that's
points.
True.
It's a medium ship.
Oh, you got one of them. Yeah, you'll be okay.
Because these guys are just basic little bugs.
That's true.
At least when there's only 3 of them, you get 8 of them or something. If you don't get, that's one of the things is they do slowly creep up in tech. They get 5 points a turn in tech. Is that other guy still alive?
No, you killed the first one.
No, him. He's still.
Oh, I thought you did.
I did.
Oh.
There was 3 of them.
Oh, there were 3. That would explain it. Okay, let's see.
No, cock, you can't run away. Come on, shoot him. Real charge.
The CW in chat said he found a class 30 planet.
Oh my God! See, there's no upper limit. It's all statistical. So
is it really? So there's some tiny chance that you can.
It just
find
becomes
like
infinitesimally small the higher it goes. It's sort of like quantum mechanics. Almost anything's possible. Just very, very unlikely.
Just so everybody knows, I'm super behind in chat, and that's going to be the case. So don't freak out too badly if your questions don't get answered. I apologize in
advance. But you got to clean these guys up.
Oh, the pirates?
Yeah, because they'll be a real menace to your stuff.
I don't know. I've never found them to be that much more than an annoyance. But then again, I was playing. I got a bunch of.
How big are the maps are you playing on?
I was playing on medium. To be fair, though, I was prioritizing a lot of ship speed because it was a medium, but it was like my empire was kind of far flung, so I needed engine speed. And with enough engine speed, the pirates are so slow that I was able to just stay out of range of them, so they weren't able to go in and blow up my freighters and my colony ships and stuff like that. What I think we should have, and this might be a dumb idea, but I would like to see a morale penalty for planets that have pirates within their area of influence. Because otherwise you don't have enough incentive
I want to see
like
this morale 67%. I want to see an effect here for morale at all times. I always want to see one. I want to see what morale is doing for or against me at all times.
Yeah, even if it was just on the morale tooltip or on the approval tooltip, that would be nice. Because it says it does influence growth and resistance, but how much of it and why?
Right. I just want more stuff.
Yeah, which is that's the never-ending battle. Those tooltips.
Look at this guy.
I mean, our tooltips are really good. I don't want to undersell our tooltips, but there's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Luckily,
it's all data driven. So
right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's super easy to fix.
That's the thing. It's usually just you play the game, and you go, you know what? I'd like to know this. Like, okay.
Yep. And then it's pretty easy for us to plug it in.
All right. I'm going to move off from research now to mostly military.
Okay. Oh, chat is saying on the Empire power tip that it actually rolls over to 0 at 5,000. So,
that doesn't make sense either.
Well, if
I've never seen. Boy, they must be really. Oh,
if they're playing on crazy huge maps.
I guess I'll ask about that. I've never seen. Someone should definitely report that because I've never seen
Yeah.
that.
Please, by the way, the bug reports and stuff like that. It's by all means, we don't mind you bringing them up in the chat on Twitch or anything, but they don't get archived here if you put it in chat on Twitch. Put it on the forums. It's the easiest way for us to get it and make sure it gets on the list to get looked at. So just for your own knowledge on that. Let's see. Weird. Okay. So what are you going for now that you've got your drive tech? Or your slightly better drive tech anyway?
Well.
Oh, you got ion drives already too. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I want to get faster.
Man, you really go for drive speed.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Let's see.
Now, what I really wish, and this is no, the Altarians are going to. How are we doing? They like me. Darn it. I haven't met anyone else yet. That's the thing. Where is everybody else though?
Oh, you're in the corner.
Yeah, I'm in the corner, and I need to get these ships, and we need to. I need those. I need to get these two. Well, I can't get this plant here, but I can get that one.
Oh, and you already spent all your money, yeah.
And then I need to get this one and this one. But the Altarians have already taken
that.
They took this one, which really annoys me.
Well, what you need is a culture star base and some consulates. But man, they start with consulates, though. I think the Altarians do.
Yeah, I updated the AI so they're a lot better at detecting culture stuff.
Yeah, because they were really ignoring it for a while there. Yeah, and the Altarians get a bunch.
That's because I didn't know how the system worked for the longest time. I mean, I've only been playing the game for I hate to say it, only like a month. So I've had like a month to learn the game and write an AI. That's why what we have in here, I had the advantage of I've been writing GalCiv AI for a long time, so I didn't have a hard time putting together something pretty decent. But it's going to get even better down the line.
What are those trade resources you have on this planet here?
Okay,
Brad?
so that looks like a smuggler's colony, which will be helpful. And then I'd like to get a little mini map to show. But the funny thing is, you can make all these screens be full of crap But I would love a button here pops up a galactic map, so I know exactly where this planet is.
Oh, that would be nice.
And this one increases my military, which isn't that big of a deal.
Well, your ship range. Actually, that's not bad for you here with the way this map is set up. Range is going to be nice, especially if you end up friendly with the Altarians. You're going to need something to get over to the other side of them to go blow up whoever needs blowing up. All right, we got a couple questions in the chat I want to get to because they're great questions, and we appreciate you guys dropping those in there. Moak here says, I remember in GalCiv 1, I managed to, quote-unquote, control the Yor Collective through trade and strength. They got most of their income from me, and they said yes to almost anything I told or asked of them.
And that's
is this possible in GalCiv 3?
It is and it isn't. You can't get them in the trade screen to go and do stuff for you.
Okay.
But it does have a great effect on your diplomacy rating.
Okay.
But what I want from the AI, and this is going to come, and it's so much easier now with the system, the underlying platform here, is that I want them to acknowledge that, right? I want to know what percentage of their income is coming from trade with me, and I want them to acknowledge that, and for them to communicate to player that they're basing my servant.
I love Buckles' writing for the Yor, by the way. I love the first meeting of your ship is infested with some sort of biological parasite and it's currently using your communication system.
Yeah.
Because they don't like biology.
No, they don't. Yeah, and then we are not and I wrote the response.
Maybe not that last one. Oh. All right, so that's the Yor. They're probably going to have to get killed at some point.
I'm sure they hate me already. Oh, they're neutral. They just met me, so...
Give it time.
They haven't had time to come to hate me.
Will there be more choices about superpower for custom races? Well, you can make your own. I believe those are just in XML. Although some of them...
You can mod more. So here's what's going to happen. This is all going to get hooked up to Steam Workshop.
Right.
Okay? And people will start submitting their own mods. There'll be people will say, hey, someone will probably put together 20 new super abilities. And another person will make a whole bunch of new weapons. Another person will release new tech trees, and that's what I predict is going to happen.
Yeah, because that stuff is all very easy.
I don't trust him to survive, but you, unless I kill him.
Oh man, you're kind of running out of hit points on your survey there.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. I hope the
It's too
German
bad the AI doesn't get to see the planets because he would totally be coming over
he would
here.
totally be sniping that. That's true. Oh, he's gonna go drop a starbase on that planet that he sniped. Man, she's kind of giving you troubles. Let's see. Noctem says, "I hope the German language will come as soon as possible." I know that's already
how's
in
that
the
coming
works.
along? Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing the localization myself, but I know Brian's been cranking away at getting that all set up. We're obviously contracting with some Germans to
German, Russian,
French. I think French. I think those
I
are.
know
the
we
three.
want to do French.
I think those are the three that are in the works right now. I apologize for not knowing that off the top of my head, but it's coming. And that's definitely something. I mean, we have a ton of fans who want it in German, Russian, and French. So for sure, those. We've had a bunch of requests for Polish in the chat recently, and unfortunately, there just aren't enough Polish people to really justify it for us because
We've
it
done
ain't
Polish.
free.
Yeah, it'll come. I mean, modders and fans.
Yeah,
can
that's
do
true.
It, for
That's
sure.
true because it's all in the data.
All
let's
right,
see.
your just want to understand your community through a piece in your mouth, locating a hole. Yeah, this is.
Excellent.
Yeah, I put in a bunch of new snark into the more recent builds. The Drengen have a lot nastier things to say. It would not be ESRB friendly.
Well, we don't have to be ESRB friendly, luckily. We just have to please our fans. Some people would like the spreadsheet out of the chat as far as modding the XML. I think Paul was saying that he was planning on releasing that. I don't. That's a Paul thing, and I don't want to speak for him.
Right.
But I believe that that's my recollection is that's what he said. He wanted to release it at some point. So hopefully it'll be going in. People saying that there are missing founder star names in the game right now. I know that. Go in if you. I know there's a forum topic about it. So post in there, please.
There shouldn't be any missing. I mean, unless they're like.
There's some that we spiked because they were inappropriate, and that was communicated pretty upfront, to be honest. If you sent us dirty, horrible things, we're not going to put them in the game.
I love Jane.
True, just like dumb things. Even if you do love Jane, that's okay. Let's see. Explorminate says reviews good for 12:01 a.m. tomorrow. No, reviews are embargoed for 9 a.m. Eastern, I believe, is the review embargo. But if you are somebody who got
us 10 out of 10, and
if you were given a review copy, you should have the embargo information in your email, so you can check that out. Let's see. Can we change the Starfield and background?
not
don't
in
really
1.0.
think so. Oh, you're running out of
I know
population to
people
put on the colony.
I know. I
ships,
need to
by
build
the
another
way.
shipyard.
Let's see. Is it possible to create a race that exclusively focuses on a particular weapon type, i.e., solely uses lasers instead of missiles? I think so. I think you could give like a plus a whole bunch to lasers and minus or to beams and minus a whole bunch to missiles.
Currently.
No, I thought that was an
I had to
attribute that was
kind
in
of
there.
hack when they play as AI. I mean, you could create a custom race that only you can, but
Sure.
you had to build your own tech tree.
Well, in the tech tree, sure, but you could do it as like
You can't
stat
make the
mods,
AI
though.
do it.
Oh, true. You could make the AI do it. Okay, fair enough.
Not yet.
Nidzealand Caboose says that the tech tree crashes with thousands of techs.
What?
If you put thousands of technologies into the tech tree, like you're modding your own tech tree, apparently it crashes.
Okay, don't
So
do that.
Don't do that. Short answer there. Let's see. Can you commingle with another race? In other words, you
No.
are two races in one. No, I mean you could do it in the fiction and like my race are
Now,
parasitic
someday,
whatever. It is.
Spoiler, someday
Yeah.
in one of the GalCiv 3 expansions in the future, we plan to have where your planets are shared. In other words, you conquer. You can kind of see it hinted at in GalCiv 3's Invasion because it talks about who survived. See, it's not total elimination like in GalCiv 2. There are survivors, but we don't currently do anything with that. But you conquer a planet, you're going to actually end up the influence. Like, let me show you. Let's see. When I mouse over like this, see how? Well, all right, bad example. I mouse over here.
Right.
So you see how I'll turn resistance? So eventually you'll have immigration of different races to these planets. And every race will have their own pros and cons as citizens. So when you click on this screen will slowly morph to actually show you who the citizens are. It's very very much like your old Master Ryan games in that sense.
Well, Mu 2 was definitely like that. And it was awesome. So that sounds really awesome. I hadn't heard that before. I like the way you roll, Brad.
Yeah. Well, I wanted it to be in the base game of GalCiv 3, but it's just Holy cow! It is such a. Oh no! What were you saying about the?
Oh,
I am so screwed.
How did? Oh, did he attack your? Was it your colony ship on your planet, and then he attacked it?
I had just sent. I must have sent it to the. Oh, I'd sent it over here to hide from them, but they followed me.
Oh, that's brutal. Let's see.
I'm gonna have to go deal with those guys. I need to. I don't have any weapons.
You should get weapons. Those would help.
Let's see. Does anyone else have weapons?
Hard to say. Which one's military?
That's military. Is that me?
No, that's influence, I think.
No. Oh. I thought, hey, look at me.
There you go. Ships. Yeah, somebody's got weapons. Let's see. Any plans for ship XP going in? That's a request we get a lot.
Ship XP will be coming in. I don't want to. Well, I almost what's going to be called in the future.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. So it's coming at some point.
I'll give him. Oh, he wants the influence one.
Oh, he wants a lot. He'll give you a lot of money.
I'll take that.
Yeah, no joke.
Yeah, he's rich.
Apparently.
He must. I wonder why he's so rich.
Some people were talking about the AIs were getting some crazy amounts of credits on the higher difficulties.
This isn't that high. It's just
so it's not. He's just got a ton of freaking money. Weird.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Because if they're not buying, it's less that it means more. They're probably not rushing, and there are some anomalies that give out a lot of stuff. And there was an issue early on where the AI wasn't getting. They get the anomalies, but they wouldn't get the stuff.
Oh.
Yes, and so that's one thing that's helped a lot too.
Yeah. Let's see. How's the AI coming along? It was great in GalCiv 2. Well, thanks, Dark Neuron. Brad can answer that.
I think it's crap, but I always think they're crap.
What was that about marketing hates you, Brad?
Yeah, I know. No, I mean I would say it's probably as good or better than anything shipping, but that's not really saying very much. It's not GalCiv 2 Dark Avatar level, but it's better than Twilight Arnor's AI by quite a bit.
Isn't that backwards?
I know the Twilight Arnor AI actually was a step backwards.
Was it really? Oh, okay. Fair enough. Oh, let's see. I couldn't wait till tomorrow. I bought it today. Thank you. We appreciate your business, and we hope you enjoy it. Tomorrow's coming soon. If you didn't see, by the way, we're giving out a free ship
Is that a
parts DLC.
Gun them. No. God.
Oh, their pirates are so slow. You'll be fine. They're
Yeah,
probably still in the movement,
I am,
too.
but I'm going to go get some weapons.
Oh, you just got more. Yeah, and you just got faster. Good grief. Yeah, you definitely need some weapons.
Oh.
That is a tough one. I usually go for targeting personally, but
Really?
yeah.
I like fitting more stuff on my ships.
That's very legit.
How am I doing on power?
Let's see.
I'm third. That's not bad.
Are you planning on implementing some kind of command mode for the battles? Something like real-time commanding? I know what your answer to that one is. Yeah, that's a no. The short answer is GalCiv gets way too huge and it gets way too problematic and boring and micromanagey to have to command all the battles. And it's just not going to be...
Where you will get more, though, in the future is being able to set up how your ships will fight. That's going to get... There's a lot of room for that to get very interesting.
Right. Oh, let's see. We got a bunch of stuff. You know what, Brad? Why don't you pick a topic and rant about it for a minute so I can give away another code? How's that sound?
Oh, God. Let's see. Well, I usually rant about AI.
That's fine. I think it's just fine to rant about some AI.
Well, let's see. I know one of the things that's going to be coming up is that when I build a starbase... In fact, I really resent this, by the way. He did this right on Earth, and I know these are political boundaries. And yes, I wrote it so that they would do this, by the way, on purpose. It's not a bug. I mean, it's a UP issue. You can make them stop doing this if you vote for it. But it's still... He took Mars, too. You know what? I don't care about the Earthians. I'm killing them.
Fair enough. They are kind of weak militarily because they have that hit points penalty to their ships, which is significant. So it's kind of the best way to deal with Altarians, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Artificial int is the word. Artificial int.
Oh, so anyway, when you build a starbase, I want to do a lot more with those resources. So I want there to be a lot more interaction in terms of building up your civilization and trading with other players. I want every race to have their own specific thing that they're trading. So like the humans would have ginger. I've always wanted that. There's a great series that talks about trading ginger, where ginger, the spice, is like the greatest thing in the universe as far as aliens are concerned.
I mean, ginger's delicious. Don't get me wrong.
God.
But he already sniped that
sniped
Durantium. Oh man, Durantium's so good too. Man, the strategic resources are so key for early war. If you can get a couple of them, they're just huge, huge, huge. Because
I know they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean later on a little bit less so, but
right. But it's the later on part. I want to make it so that hey, I can do stuff with my star bases with them. The star bases are just at the start, but we're not going to. The constructor, the way they're built, needs to be revisited at some point. Whoops, not shipyard. I want a shipyard here.
What is it that bothers you about the way they're implemented right now?
Oh, I don't like having to send endless constructors around and stuff. I
spend a lot of time building constructors in my games.
Well,
for sure.
I did have them put in where I can at least click on the starbase and say build stuff to it. But what I want to have happen is a little bit more. Where we're gonna go with it. Naturally, I don't have a starbase, but I would double click on the starbase, go what I want to have on it, build, and then that would a starbase would have a sponsor, just like your planets do. Mm-hmm. And then it would send stuff over. It would go.
It would send production, and then you would hit milestones and be able to construct stuff.
Yeah, I don't see the fun in having to send the constructors over. What I would rather see is all right. So let me let's see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. What I'd rather see is how there's these lines here. So down a line, you'll see little ships going back and forth every turn. So like your freight. This is like and. When they come over, when they make it to you something, you get your thing from that. And so what you do instead is that I would have a starbase. The starbase would have sponsors. The sponsor, you would click on stuff to say, I want the starbase to have A, B, C, D. And then the sponsors would send up stuff. And they wouldn't even come from, the sponsors would be shipyards. So I like the idea that a shipyard has planets as sponsors. The star bases have shipyards as sponsors, and so on.
Interesting. I definitely like the sponsor idea because it gets away from some of the micromanagement. I kind of wonder if, because you kind of have to tie it to the shipyards though, because otherwise you're going to be switching sponsors all the freaking time. Right, you're just gonna be like if you just had a planet could do a shipyard or a starbase, which is like my first
sponsors for it though, and
sure.
You'd have it where it's.
But if your planet can only sponsor one thing, you'd be switching all the time. Like, oh, I got a new starbase tech, I need to go switch all my sponsors.
No, it'd be your shipyards to sponsor.
That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because then you could just have the module in another list on the shipyard and say, I want to build.
Right. I just don't like the idea that I have to go and build. Building a constructor to start it I'm fine with, but once it's built, I don't want to have to be sending more constructors over to it.
Fair enough.
Like the worker spam in Civ. I don't like that either.
I don't necessarily mind worker spam now that in Civ 5 anyway. In other Civs, it got a little bit out of control because you could stack them, and so you'd have a bunch of workers doing the same thing. In Civ 5, you don't really need more than 5-ish workers, but I know you have your own issues with Civ 5, so we can move on.
No, I love Civ 5. I do. But it has a great UI too.
It does have a great UI. Let's see. Tell us about the plans for Dead Planets. This is another one we get pretty regularly.
The idea behind Dead Planets is that they're only dead right now.
Right.
There's going to be a whole future. Probably a DLC or something. It'll be a combination. You'll have a base game feature where we have much more sophisticated events. It'll be kind of expensive to do, but the base game will get all. So let me talk a little bit on the DLC too. The idea is that the base game, the free updates to the game aren't going to be just bug fixes. They're going to be adding a ton of features to the base game, and those will get funded through the DLC,
right?
Which is kind of cool. And I don't like this. I don't like this constructor.
Yeah, I always strip the life support off my constructors. That's how I do.
Yeah.
That's because I rarely want to send them like deep into space because I'm just pumping them into my star bases.
Yep.
So, man, another high five for Bruce, by the way. We are at, almost an hour, no dropped frames. Network is finally fixed, it would appear. Hooray, hooray, hooray. That makes me so happy. If anybody watches our Sorcerer King streams, which are normally on Wednesdays at 3, and will continue and will resume next week, once we're a little bit out of the GalCiv launch frenzy. If you watch that, you know how irritated I get because I was about losing my mind. That was last week. No, it was 2 weeks ago on SK. Let's see. Here's a good question. On weapon accuracy, does higher than 100% mean anything, or is it just a pretty number? I don't know. Does that get...
The higher the number, the more... It's your number versus their dodge, basically.
Okay, so it is still helpful. Let's
How am I doing wise? Anyone trying to... so I've got quite a few people. How do they like me? They all like me.
They do all like you. Well, you are the Terrans.
I am the Terrans. That's one of the things that the Terrans are a bit of the newbie race. I get this big diplomacy bonus. The only thing that bugs me is when someone says, "Oh, the game's boring," and it's like, "Well, play. Make your own custom race and don't give yourself the everyone likes you likable." But the Drangen are pretty close to wanting to kill me. That's not good.
Well, they're usually pretty close to wanting to kill you. Are you scouting with a trade ship?
Maybe.
Oh, you and Paul, you do that. I can't stand this big expensive ship that you send out without an escort into unexplored territory. Oh, it just makes my skin crawl.
Well, I'm sending them somewhere.
I can't do it. Trade is super important, though. Trade is huge.
Going to kill them.
I think that's an excellent idea. I like to rush tourism, though.
I know. I need to be doing that, too.
Tourism is really important because, man, that is just free money. And it's so nice. It's so very nice. Let's see. If you turn off particle effects, nebulas in the zoomed in view become invisible. Any chance to get a replacement graphic like a single sprite graphic in the future? I doubt that's in the cards.
Might. I don't know.
Might be. I don't know.
It depends how many people are running into that. Why are they turning off particle effects?
Just for performance, I think. Let's see. McNipsey wants to know if you're planning on implementing the 6-pool strategy so that he can crush his neighbors more effectively.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's a Zerg reference, but basically let's talk about that a little bit. So
I want to know how you feel about the Protoss, Brad.
Yeah, don't talk about your Protoss. I actually have no problem. The Zerg are great. They're the best designed race of any RTS out there. But then there's the Protoss, which people forget that we made an expansion pack for StarCraft, an official expansion. So we're very, very familiar with StarCraft.
Oh, and you're just a huge StarCraft nerd in general. So
yeah, and but I tell you, the Protoss should just be completely redundant. All right. Anyway, you'll notice that we added these ages in here, so you can't the way it is not easy to go up to planetary invasion. So it does make rushing a little bit tougher.
That's the best part about the way that we did the technological ages is it just pushes off that initial rush.
Yeah, otherwise you just go boom, boom, boom.
And it's like vortex in.
Yeah. And it's like, no, you can't do that. Yeah. You can't just go and invade a planet because you figure out how to put guns on your ship.
But it's like, I just really like that. It gives just a little bit of like it says, no, expand. First you expand. Then you can go into fighting if you want. And you can still gun for it and get a bunch of warfare techs in the Age of Expansion and be ready for the Age of War when it shows up. You can absolutely do that. So it's not that there's no rushing. It's just that there's a little bit of kind of enforced almost truce to start with. Anyway, I just really like that design. I'm really glad that...
now, one of the things I did want to put in, but we didn't have time to do the UI, is that the number of points it takes... Whoops. Oh, cool. I really want to get better. Missile augmentation.
I love missiles. I tend to go really hard on missiles.
Yeah, they're all very different too. The mass drivers are cheap. I mean, like super cheap. But they use a lot of space. On the servers, people go, well, they don't do nearly as much damage, and they use a lot of mass. So, why would I use them? It's like because you can crank out a crap load of them. Whereas, like beam weapons are the most expensive.
They're awesome, but they are expensive. I love missiles because I'm always a big Alpha Strike kind of guy. So I just go like hog on missiles, and then blow everybody up before they can blow me up. Is the theory? It doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah, but I definitely gonna need to get some military going soon.
Yeah.
Oh, in fact, what are these? What is he building? Oh, this
Constructors.
is me. I was gonna say.
That's
What is he building? A light spreader.
That's a colony ship. I love the names that Buckles got in for the for all the other ships though. Like I really do like the flavor that adds to the game. Having the different names, so everybody's not flying Guardians and bombers and snipers and whatever. So let's see.
See, look at that. He doesn't like me. He's snarling.
Oh yeah.
See, that's new.
He's a little
by
grumpy.
the way.
I mean, he's usually pretty grumpy.
Oh, he doesn't like me either.
What do thrusters do exactly? They increase your speed in combat. So, for example, if you have mass drivers, they get you up into range faster, which can be very helpful. Let's see. Adam should play Brad in multiplayer. I think that's a terrible idea. Although a lot of people have been asking for dev multiplayer. It's something we've kind of wanted to do. It's more like I can't grab 4 developers for
Oh, he
6
likes me.
hours
Look at that smile.
Oh, he's such a happy little guy.
He's nodding at me. It's like my I had an iguana that did that.
I didn't realize just until now how kind of mind flayery the Iconians are. They're a little mind flayery.
Mind flary?
As in like a mind flayer from D&D. Really mind flayer? Oh man, lost so many Baldur's Gate characters to mind flayers. I can't even tell you. Anyway, let's see. What is the cap on races that you can have in one game? It's 100 right now, isn't it?
128, I think.
Derek told me 100 the other day.
I think 100's most that we've really played with.
Okay. In theory, we have a 8-bit or whatever integer for it, so we could have 128. I think that's 8 off the top of my head. Maybe it's 16. I don't remember.
I am not gonna. Since I'm not gonna win, who do I want? Who likes me?
I never win anything in the UP.
Well, you can't necessarily. I think they think of me as an ally. So
the Iconians are usually such just happy guys.
they are. Hey, there's a minor in here, but what about these guys? Oh, they don't like me. All right, Iconians it is. My vote's with theirs should do it.
Now, are they going to like you more for doing that? Do we have that in?
I'm not going to tell you.
I see. Let's see. Do you think we can get the impenetrable barrier improvement from the trailer in an expansion? Maybe it could cost money per turn to keep it active. There is an Illyrium defense shield that you can build.
He's talking about the planetary.
Yeah,
one.
the planetary
That's a
shield.
precursor artifact.
There's not too many of those floating around. It's not a bad idea. Like a precursor pack DLC would be kind of cool though, with a bunch of precursor stuff.
Yeah, I think it'll come back if we do the Dreadlords campaign again. Revamp of it.
That's true. There is the Illyrium planetary shield, which you can get, which really, I mean, makes you not completely immune to invasion, but really hard to take. I mean, it gives you something like 90% planetary defense or something, which means that, if I remember correctly, 90% of their troops die before they land on the planet when they invade. So it makes it tough to get, for sure. Let's see. Are we going to get events like you had in GalCiv 1 that turned the Drengen cute and cuddly, or the Terrans super evil with beards?
Probably. I mean,
I think that's an excellent idea.
I know the Snathi are gonna be making more of a
for sure. But I mean, the good news is events are pretty easy for us to implement. It's just a matter of like getting the art for it, and
well, we're gonna be doing a lot more sophisticated events than what we have now. They're gonna be much more scripted.
Right. So let's see. Can you mine asteroids? No. Someday.
Well, the asteroid. Well, the what's it called? It's come from the asteroids.
Durantium.
Durantium.
Yes, there are Durantium tiles that are only in asteroids, and that's kind of the jam there. A lot of people ask for it because they want to mine asteroids. I don't know. I mean, generally speaking, Paul's been pretty against it, just because it adds complexity.
Yeah, I know. I asked for it a bunch of times, and
and I don't know. It kind of adds a bunch of complexity without necessarily anything terribly cool. And I mean, the theory is that that function is served by the starbase or the galactic resources. So, we'll continue to reevaluate. If something people keep asking for, then it's something people really ask for. Let's see. Are we going to get a way to choose our own race ship colors without having to make a custom race? That's interesting.
Yes, but not for
tomorrow.
Definitely not for tomorrow.
Is the UP based on population? No, I think the UP is based on influence, right?
Influence is affected by it, yeah. But
okay.
Yes, it's overall. I think it's faction power. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's what it is. So it's everything.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Autonomous colonies, break apart events like the 13 colonies. Yeah, I mean events, like tons of events. We have piles and piles and piles of ideas for events. The problem is like for the really cool events, you need to have some kind of coding support or some kind of scripting support, and that requires more dev time, and it introduces a lot more, for lack of a better word, chaos into the game, and just a lot more unpredictable situations in the way that things can combine with each other, which means a lot more testing, which means that we didn't do it for release.
Yeah. Yeah, the main thing for this platform is to make sure that the game is really solid. There's
Right.
no ones, people aren't having. I mean, there will always be someone having problems. I mean,
Sure.
I was going back to StarCraft, going to, I can't believe after 8 years you guys haven't got this game right. It's like, dude, sorry, but you need to. There's something else going on.
Let's see. Any plans for the Archean Empire and the Taurian Confederation? I know for a fact that there are plans for the Archeans and the Taurians.
Yes, there are plans.
Custom Starbase would be nice. Starbase design would be nice. Yes, it would. I know that's somewhere. It's
That
somewhere on Paul's
almost
list.
made it in.
It was
that
close.
was they have it.
Because I mean that's how we build the
Star
Starbases.
bases are made in the editor.
Right.
They're just hidden for, I mean, they're yeah. What are you talking? You guys talking about? It's in our build.
Works on my machine.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely something we want to release. There's some additional like UI and stuff around it that we would have to do, and because Starbases kind of evolve with the different their different forms as you add modules and stuff to them. So it's something that it's on the list. Make that the short version. Let's see. Will ship arts be added in DLC and expansions? Almost certainly. In fact, I'll go ahead and say certainly. Well, because for sure we'll be releasing like DLC and expansions that have new races in them, and new races will come with ship parts because they'll come with their own custom ships.
Right.
We're not going to release an expansion DLC with new races that just use Terran ships or whatever. That'd be lame.
Right.
So
No, that's definitely something I know Paul wants to do.
I am not going to ask that question. Let's see. Abundant planets still seem low compared to GalCiv 2. Is this still being balanced?
I don't know. I mean, holy
There's
cow.
a lot of planets on Abundant.
There's a lot. I mean, you got abundant planets and abundant habitable planets and abundant stars. You'll have more planets than you know what to do with. I think.
Does that live in a coefficient somewhere in the XML?
Oh, it's all in XML.
So you can mod it
You could
yourself.
go crazy with it.
Yeah, if you want to go find the variable, I don't know where it is off the top of my head, but you can go find the variable and crank it and go nuts. Let's see. Oh my god. Okay, the last unicorn has asked this question like 7 times. When will you release the last two extreme planet types that are not in the game as of right now, which are heavy and unstable? I mean, they're on the list.
Those are what from Dark Avatar?
Probably. I know Paul has been asked this question, and the answer is they're on the list.
They're on the list, but they are tied to another civilization we want to bring in.
Oh, is that where they are? Okay. All right. So they're coming.
We want a race that can. One of the things that I want there to be more planets that only certain races can. Well, not only certain races, but basically only certain races can do them easily.
Sure.
I mean, with enough technology, I think any planet can be online. All right, this should be a pretty nasty little bugger.
Nice.
Slow but nasty.
Will there be a post later today that shows what will be new in 1.0 compared to current version? Yes, there is a patch notes list being worked on right now. So you can look forward to that. I know that's in process downstairs. Right now, all events that result in ideology early game are a result of founding colonies. Can we get some events that trigger prior to the start of a battle, or events that trigger as a result of exploration, etc.? That would be cool.
We have random ones already.
We do have random. I mean, again, events, like we would love to put in more events and more stuff. So, and they're fairly easy to do. We just got to do it. Let's see. I keep saying they're easy to do as a guy who doesn't actually have to do it. So I apologize for that if anybody's listening downstairs.
Well, I'm deeply offended.
Can you load a saved game in multiplayer? Yes, you can. Ship dodge, if it isn't shown anywhere, if it really exists, like Brad says.
Yeah, it's called maneuver. It's I think maneuverability, or I don't know if they took that out or not.
Maybe they took it out. I don't know.
It might be just a one-sided thing now.
It could be. Let's see. Are they the equivalent of ruins like in Civ 5? Yes, that would be the anomalies, which are out on the map, and you go and you grab them with a survey ship.
Yeah, those are. We've always called them goodie huts.
Yep, because that's just what they are. So yes, so they're there. I know Paul has had a lot of desire to have more stuff that spawns more anomalies onto the map as the game goes on, which has kind of all gotten cut out of release. I think you hatcheted a lot of that, Brad.
Yeah.
Actually,
Well, I want them all in. It's just a matter of you got to have a solid.
Yes.
You know, it's very easy for these kind of games to just go. They do. What does the game have? Everything.
Right.
What's it about? Everything.
Right. So, and I mean, that comes back to talking about, the platform, all that kind of stuff. We're building the platform. The 1.0 release is really the foundation. And so some of the paint and the trim and whatnot and the nice to haves, things like later game anomaly spawning are not in the game yet, but we're going to be working on this game for a really long time. So, let's see. Will there be free DLC to or only paid? There will be free patches that add a ton of stuff to the game for sure. As far as like literally a DLC pack that's free, I mean, maybe. For the most part, we do DLC because it makes money that lets us keep working on the game to make more cool stuff.
There's free DLC if you buy it this week.
That's true. There's free DLC if you buy it by Sunday through launch weekend. There's the launch weekend ship parts. You can check them out on GalCiv3.com. and see what the exclusive ship parts are not for sale. They never will be for sale. We're only giving them away to our early customers. Anybody who already has the game will also get it. Don't worry. You'll get it tomorrow when the launch goes live. So let's see. How many tiles can you fit on a planet? Whatever the literal size of that map is.
Yeah, I don't know what it
is the
is.
theoretical max. I mean, it's like 6 rows it's like 6 rows by something like 10 columns or something. So I don't know, 60-ish. But you can count that up and do the math yourself. I'm not going to do it for you right now. Let's see. Did you guys really need so much ambient music? Yes. Ambient
need
music
more.
is sweet. I really like the music. I think Mason did a great job.
Well, Mason and Jeff.
Oh yeah, and Jeff. Sorry. Yep.
Yeah, we had Jeff, Mason, and let's see on the sound.
Oh, who's our sound director? He has a name. Audio director.
Yeah, I my
Jeez. Oh man.
My sleep is
We are the worst people ever.
well, yeah, I haven't slept in days.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah.
Michael.
And yeah, it's a Civ 5 sound team.
So let's see. Events before UP votes could be fun. We agree. There's a lot of work to be done on the UP yet. It's kind of a very
Right now,
bare
it's at
bones
the
feature
yeah,
right
it's
now.
very at the beginning. It's just you can
Yep.
kind of look at everything in the game. You go, oh, I can see how that could be made
Yep.
into a whole. You could actually imagine an expansion about all these buttons up here. Well, not the victory one, but all these other buttons up here. You can imagine that whole expansion is just around doing more. Plus adding. See how there's this space here. Someday you can imagine all those being filled up.
Oh man, yeah, and trust us, we do that a lot.
That's why we needed a 64-bit though. Can you imagine?
That's true.
We couldn't.
Oh god, well this wouldn't. I don't think release would really fit. Not with everything we put in it. Release
You would
fit
have had
in
that
60 in
much
32-bit.
smaller maps.
Yeah. There's no way we could have gotten the 432,000 tiles, I believe, in Insane. It's 400 some anyway.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
wouldn't
lot.
even attempted that.
It's a lot.
See, these guys are starting to become a real problem.
And it would have really limited modding. Is a huge thing. It would have limited what we could do with the ship designer. It would have limited.
All right,
a
I'm
lot
going
of
to deal
stuff.
with the trash.
All right.
They've actually built up pretty good, so this could be something.
Yeah, how do you have 40 missile strength on that?
Hey, I've got harpoons.
Apparently. Well, I approve.
One shot, buddy.
See, this is why I'm glad that you got on the missile tip, Brad, because this is good. You're getting it done. Also, you have 100
That's because I have a
hit
lot
points
of money. Normally, I would go. I usually do kinetic because I like
Yeah.
lots of cheap. But
Okay. Lots of cheap is nice. It lets you spread your defenses a little bit more, which is.
did you see
can
that
be really
one
nice.
shot each? All right, I only took 4 points. I wonder if I can take out their base.
Will using mods disable the Steam achievement system? I
Don't
know we
think
check.
so.
I know we check for metaverse stuff,
Just for the rankings, yeah.
so I don't know if that's in for Steam achievements or not.
No, I'm pretty sure it's seen you.
It's not. So if you really want to cheat yourself some Steam achievements, it's possible. Can Brad talk about the AI build order for a new planet?
I didn't work on the planet stuff.
Oh, really? Is
No,
that all?
it's not. That's all Alan. So
Okay.
I'm starting to look at it more, but yeah, the planets. This whole thing is something I'm not familiar with at all.
Okay.
And that did not work. I almost
no,
got
it
them. If
didn't.
I would have had 2 of them, I would have been able to do it.
The shipyards are tough now, man.
Yeah, they're supposed to be because they're so crippling when you lose them.
Right. Oh, and they're a lot more expensive than they used to be. They used to cost almost nothing.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying. Actually, I think the design's actually in a much better place now. How will mods and DLCs and multiplayer work? Well, right now you can't do mods in multiplayer, and that's strictly for stability purposes. We're going to lift that restriction at some point in the future, but right now it's just a stability thing. Like we cannot guarantee a stable multiplayer experience and allow mods right now.
Yeah, not to mention there is a lot. We have to make sure the difference between someone who's saying I can't get multiplayer, or a lot of the reports we got are online. We go investigate them, and it turns out, well, yeah, they were, they had modded all this.
I modded in 1,000 techs into my tech tree, and yeah. So I know the plan for DLCs and expansions. We've talked about this internally. Is correct me if I'm wrong, Brad, but the plan is that whoever hosts the game determines what DLCs and expansions are enabled.
You will be copying what they have.
And so if your buddy hosts a game and he has 2 expansions and all the DLC, you'll be able to access all that content for that multiplayer game.
Yeah.
So because we want to be nice, basically. So that's the idea there. Let's see. Although that's not actually the case right now. Right now, for 1.0 release day, again for stability purposes, the ship parts DLC is actually disabled in multiplayer.
Yeah.
I just talked to Nathan about that actually. So
it won't. Not that really matters, but
it shouldn't. Hopefully, it's not a huge deal to anybody. But there you go. Let's see. Will we be able to implement custom ship parts made in some 3D designing program? Yes, there's a way to do that. We don't guarantee the stability of the game if you do that, but you can drop your parts as OBJ files, I think, and the game will read them. But then you have to define I think there's some other crap you have to define that Maya or whatever doesn't. But I know Paul has talked extensively about yes, there's a way to do it. So probably more of a Paul question though. Let's see. Is there going to be a setting to turn off combat effects in quick battles to speed up gameplay? That's not a bad idea. To turn off the little laser blasts and stuff when you hit quick battle? That's actually,
that's I agree with that. That should become just
because sometimes you just want to whatever happens.
It's a lot faster in release though. They should change. They did change that.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Let's see. Answered that. Let's see. Would like to see these Twitch streams captioned so that hearing impaired players can follow and ask questions. Any chance of that? I would love that too. Unfortunately, I don't have really a way to do that. Sorry. I would love to do that because accessibility would be we could do a lot of stuff with accessibility. That'd be awesome. But
I think I have enough to kill him now. I'm not even going to bother to fight it. He's just going to die.
Nice.
Goodbye, scum.
Let's see.
Now I'm going to destroy the Altarians. Well, I'm going to take out the Altarians because they've really ticked me off.
I think that's excellent. Can we mod the map size and shape?
Shape? No.
Shape is just a hex.
Yeah. Map size? Yeah, it's all XML.
Okay.
Though again, you're don't try multiplayer with that.
Right. Let's see. Well, you won't be able to try multiplayer with that because we do a checksum on the XML. I don't know if it's literally a checksum, but it's something effectively.
Only a tiny percent of people will play multiplayer. But this is actually pretty fun. I have a map called Duel, and I really enjoy it. That's a great multiplayer map.
Right. Let's see. Can you update starbases to make them stronger? You can update starbases to make them stronger. Will it be possible to do so with shipyards in the future? I know that's something Paul has talked about. It's something that's easily supported by the game. It's something that I don't think we ever really landed on a design that we liked for it. And by we, I mean Paul. So that's a Paul question. I know it's something he's talked about and thought about. I don't know what the current plan is for it. Let's see. Silor wants us to give away an Ashes Founders Edition in the stream. That's not a terrible idea, but I think we want to have something new and exciting to show for Ashes before we start giving it away. Which is looking sweet, actually. I'm going to go out to Baltimore, I think, maybe next week and get my Ashes on. So that'll be cool. Let's see. So if Elite Founders host games, no one needs to buy DLC. That's correct. You should be buddies with Elite Founders. Are you deliberately missing my question? I am not. I am. No, I don't. No, Brad does not have the chat up. Actually, it's possible that I am if I think that it's something that we've already answered or something that we've answered a bunch of times on previous streams or something that I know the answer to and I don't want to get into it. Sometimes those are reasons that I would skip your question. I try not to. I try to be very fair, but
Well, what's this
it
question?
is what it is. I don't actually know.
All right.
So this one,
So
I don't
ask
think
it.
I'm deliberately missing. Let's see. Instant movement to cut down on AI move time. I think we have that. Don't we have quick move? Doesn't that what quick move does?
I think so.
That's what it does in our other games. So I think you just check quick move and it does that. Let's see. Are you going to update the AI to counter effective or exploitative player strategies that are bound to emerge?
Yes.
That is a concept.
To a degree.
That is a concept that Brad talks about a lot. So absolutely.
Yeah, there's a definite finite amount I'm willing to do for that, but it's still an amount greater than 0. In other words, if someone goes in there and says, I figured out a way to, if you go to the AI, you do this, this, and this, and you do that. I was like, you know what? Then don't do that.
Let's see.
That's my grognard voice.
Fair enough. How many copies have been sold? Lots. A lot more than we've ever sold in early access before. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think like 100,000 have already sold.
Something like that, which is awesome. And we thank you all very, very much for your support. Like early access has been a really interesting journey for GalCiv, right? Because like we started out and we had the $100 Elite Founder Edition. And we thought that it was really cool. Like we put in a ton of effort on like in the Stardock store to make sure it's something that we could do because it's a non-trivial task for publishing to be able to do that and store all that information and make sure that we're able to fulfill that and make it future-proof and all that kind of stuff. And so we thought it was really cool. And then we go up on Steam at $100 and everyone loses it. Everyone just freaked out at us. We had just huge amounts of negativity going on, getting bombarded on Twitter and on the Steam forums and all kinds of stuff. And it was such a bummer for us because like we thought we were trying to do something cool for the fans, and people just saw that $100 number, and they said, "Oh, you guys are just greedy. You're just trying to soak your pre-order players." Da 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 da. And like it was really disappointing. We felt really bad. It was like, no, that's not what we're trying to do at all. It's a $50 game. We promise. And like we put that like everywhere. Like it was in like 7 places on the Steam store page, but nobody read it. And so that was crazy. So there was like a lot of negativity early on.
Yeah, I'm not sure we'll do it anymore. We'll see. I'm not sure we're going to do early access again.
You mean
the Steam style? I mean, maybe
you mean the
$100
early access?
But,
we're definitely doing early access.
No, we're doing $100 with Ashes.
Right, but we probably
never
won't sell it on Steam.
But never on Steam again because people don't read.
Right, but if we do it on that was also weird to us because the $100 version had been live on Stardock.com. Or on GalCiv3.com and Stardock.com through our direct store for quite a while. And everybody was super into it. Like people were really happy with it. It actually sold because we had for a long time the $100 version and the $40 version, the regular Founder Edition, which is $10 off the list price. And we thought Brad was the only one actually that correctly called that the Elite Founders Edition would badly outsell the regular Founders Edition. I mean like 2-to-1 outsell. I mean, amazing stuff. And because everybody else, like me and Derek and everybody are like, no, we're sell way more than $40. $40, $100. Of course, we're going to sell more $40 editions. Brad was totally right. We were wrong. And so like we thought it was really cool and everybody was into it. And then we just got killed.
On Steam. It was just great. So, well, I think there's still some angst from Plant Annihilation too.
That could be because that was like right then, and they were kind of in the middle of it. And anyway, so anyway. And that was when it was only alpha on Steam too. Like, and that was an alpha version. It was very, it was not nearly this good, right? There was a ton of missing stuff. We only had half.
That's the other thing. We'll never do early access on Steam where the game's this early.
Oh man, there's no diplomacy.
Which is too bad because I know there are a lot of people would probably like to get Star Control early, but
yeah,
because that's actually pretty far along.
Yep, but it was rough. Like we didn't have. With no diplomacy, no combat viewer, no planetary invasion viewer, no this, no that. Like texts were really rough. They got changed hugely. Ideology got completely revamped at least once, right? Like it was just, it was actually ironically very helpful from a development perspective.
Yeah, but I think we could have gotten that just without being on. I think if we had just done a direct, we would have gotten the same feedback.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm a big believer in early access. I just don't know if. I think I love Steam. I'm just not sure the Steam player community is the right place for that kind of thing.
Not when it's that early.
Yeah.
It just has to be a little bit further along.
And too many games have frankly have used early access to try to fund their game.
Right, which we don't at all. Stardock games are all funded. Like none of our games need the early access money. Like, I mean, we like the early access done money. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's not something where it's like, oh, we need to sell 20,000 copies, or we're gonna have to put this out in a beta state because whatever. Like, we're all funded. Like, Brad has spreadsheets on spreadsheets, right? Like, that's so just, and I like to make that point because early access leaves a lot of bad taste in a lot of people's mouths because there were some really bad, high profile kind of failures, and we want to make sure that we don't do that. And that's one of the ways that we do that. So anyway, sorry, I kind of got off on a bit of a tangent. Anyway, so the point is, beta's been a heck of a ride. It's been great. Like, once we hit, I think beta 4 kind of seemed like it was a turning point for GalCiv, where we really started to find the fun, and people started to get a lot more involved in the game. Honestly, it started to sell quite, a little better. And it's just gotten better since then. Everybody, the community is amazing. Like, I can't tell you how stellar our community is. It's so good. And I've been around for a long time in games, and I've seen a lot of communities, and our community is amazing. So thank you guys so much. Like, these Twitch things are awesome. Like, I basically don't have to moderate the chat because people are awesome. That's amazing to me. And that's just speaks to how great you guys are. So little tear dropping down my face right now. But it means a lot. So anyway, Zapgun for Hire wants me to breathe. That's probably a good choice. I think Brad should talk while I run a giveaway.
All right.
What's the keyword for the giveaway, Brad?
I don't know. I'm going to kill the Altarians.
Kill the Altarians.
Ooh, they have something here.
Kill Altar. We'll call it that.
Oh,
Kill Altar is the keyword.
This may not end well. I didn't pay close enough. They only have one crappy ship here. Yeah, that's definitely enough to take out their shipyard.
Please only type the keyword once. I promise you my add-on will capture your name. I'm going to roll it in a couple minutes. Otherwise, it just gets so spammy. It's spammy enough. But anyway. Yes. And yeah, there goes the chat. All right. Good times. That's all right. We're happy to be able to give it away. I was really excited when Brian told me that we could give away the Elite Founder keys.
Is he already sending? Oh, wait, is that a transport?
It looks like a transport.
Oh my God.
Is he ready for you?
I didn't realize. Oh,
he's on Mars. Did he just take Mars from you?
No.
Or
didn't.
Did he colonize Mars?
He has a transport, but he's not. Oh, he's at war with the Yor. Okay, I was going to say, is he like? I didn't catch that he's preparing to go to war with me. It's like, whoa! I think because I only just now built a ship that would be good as a defense ship.
Okay. Oh, Vuvuzela. That would be a good keyword for another one. I like it. There are a lot of Vuvuzela or whatever memes that I liked quite a bit during the 2008 World Cup? Something like that. Anyway. So how goes the war preparations, Brad?
Not as well as I'm planning to take out. I'm tougher than the Altarians, so I'm pretty confident I'll be able to take them out. Why is there a colony ship here, though?
I don't know. You should probably
What does he know that I don't know? I guess is the question.
Or does he have the extreme? Isn't there an extreme world over there?
If he has that tech, I'm screwed because that means he's way far. Let's take
is that pretty far down?
Let's take a look at the graphs.
Oh my God! What is going on with the Yor?
They're not that tough.
Whatever that graph was, they were super high. Was that money?
Oh, that's
still?
the money. Yeah.
Why do they have so much money? That's just an insane
I
amount.
have an idea why.
Oh yeah.
Do you want to know?
I do want to know.
I recently taught the Yor how to build their assemblies, and it's never been balanced.
Oh.
And it's something a player can do too, and I bet they are. But turns out that is a big. So the Yor may have to get nerfed down the line.
Because that's a lot of money, man.
Yeah, but they're not necessarily able to. They're not necessarily turning it into.
No, because they don't have that much manufacturing. Oh no! Look at their social manufacturing.
Oh, they're building. Yeah, so
they're gonna get out of control really quickly with that much social manufacturing.
But they're way down on tech.
Yeah, they're not that far down. They're kind of middle of the pack.
We'll see. All
right, fair enough. All right, looks like people have entered the contest. Thank you for limiting yourselves to one roll. I appreciate that. Who wins? Sensloy. Sensloy wins. Welcome to the Elite Founder Club. You're my new favorite. Blow. Congratulations, Sansloy. Your is still in all caps, question mark? It is in all caps in like some weird places, actually. I think it's mostly typos. It's not an acronym or anything, so properly it is regular, like single cap case. Uh-oh.
Okay.
That didn't go very well.
No, that I didn't check their see if they.
Oh, no, they didn't even upgrade. That's base Starbase defense.
Yeah, that means I have no excuse. It just means I have no excuse.
I think you need to be sending in more dudes. Is your problem? You keep sending these single ships.
Yeah, I know.
Concentration of firepower is key.
I'm working. I just I overestimate my ship, so I just took one of their planets.
Oh, that's nice. And they're instantly quite happy.
Yeah, well, they're back with their people.
So, yeah, the AI is still kind of building stuff weirdly in there.
What do you mean?
Their buildings, like they're kind of screwing their adjacency. Pretty good.
Well, let's see. What is this adjacent to level 2? Yeah, they could.
I mean, the solar power plant there, that's pretty bad.
That's not solar power. Oh, it is. They built that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to talk to Alan, or I'll have to review. I don't. Yeah, I was just asking to do a better math pass on this.
Sweet. Let's see. All right. Now that the giveaway spam is over, let's see.
All right. Oh, look at that. I'm going to take Mars because he is not defending it.
Nice.
Which he should be, but oh well.
Nice. Nerf the Yor in 1.1. Let us play with them a bit first. That's what Gilmoy says. The stream seems behind the chat. Yeah, the stream's, well, yeah. I do not keep up with the chat on GalCiv days. Y'all are too chatty, which is good. I'm glad to see the chat going on. Let's see. Any chance to see a recap on the map after the game ended, like they had in Civ 4 and was reintroduced in Civ 5 later on?
He'll come back later on, yeah.
Yeah,
because we store all that stuff.
Okay. It's just a matter of implementing it. All right.
I did a pretty decent job here. I mean, nothing.
Let's see. What do they got? What is that dome thing? Is that a Xenofarm?
No. This or this?
That, yeah.
That's the farm, yeah.
Oh, it's a second or a third level, second level farm. Adaptive is second level. Yeah.
See, this guy though, he should be
retaking Mars, is what he should be doing.
Oh, you're right. Man, he might.
He might. That's true. Man, it's really hard to defend against invasions right now. By the way, you really got to either garrison with ships, or you better have built a planetary defense system or something, because otherwise you just get hosed.
See, if I was a debugger, I'd be taking a look. All right, what is he doing? Because he should just invade Mars.
Right.
So
no, he's got some other priorities.
Oh,
somewhere. Oh,
wait.
Where is he?
Did he make a decision? He made a decision I wouldn't have made.
Giokido.
Oh crap!
Oh, he took that one.
He took my good planet. Okay.
Okay, maybe he shouldn't have been attacking Mars. Although that wasn't with that same transport. That was with a different transport. But
yeah, well, no, it was with that transport.
No, not the one that was all the way down at Mars.
Oh, then let's see what's going on here. Oh, you're right.
Yeah, it's that one. Never give move orders that far into the fog. You end up with that going on.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting idea. Tactical screen, question mark. F2 would be great. Let me see only my ships, planets, and enemy ships. Screen out all the other visual clutter. That's actually not a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Huh. Put that in the forums, because I don't want to waste it to the ephemeral Twitch chat, because that's a good one. Here's one that comes up a lot, and I know that you have an answer for, Brad. Do you plan on adding anomalies like stable wormholes for fast travel, or other stuff for reducing movement, or making it easier to move around the galaxy?
No.
And that's because
that would be that's not the way the game's supposed to work. It's I mean, in terms of you're supposed to have there should be a front. If you can just randomly pop up in different parts of the galaxy, then it's just no.
Yeah. There you go. You found his transport. Nice. That helps. Man, the transports are expensive, and they have a bunch of people on them.
Yeah, and he should have taken Mars, so if I were in the...
So it's their fault anyway. The race with the largest treasury. Oh, the Yor just got hit by that, I bet.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. I want him.
Oh, that's Starbase?
Yeah.
Are you actually big enough to take out the Starbase this time?
Oh, I have 3 of them, so yeah.
Oh, is that same ship, that missile boat that you've been cranking out?
Yeah,
you'll be fine.
I'm almost ready to upgrade it to a new one. Well, actually, you know what I should be doing is I haven't upgraded my. See, you can tell which ones I built these 2.
Oh yeah, because they have mega factories.
Right.
They got mega factories. You gotta deal with yourself with some Altarians, because they're
I'm gonna need to go over to colonization and.
Oh boy, you're behind.
I'm way behind.
You are way behind. Yeah, research I think is probably a good choice there. Let's see. Ooh, that is a good idea. This would be. I don't know how tough this would be to
Oh
implement. But I
crap!
like this
Wait,
idea.
what's going on?
Uh-oh. Where are they at? Oh, jeez.
Wait, we're no, oh, no.
Oh, and the Thalens colonized that other one, or did they take that? No, they colonized that because you never made it there.
I wasn't. Well, I'm just kind of casually playing. I'm not losing.
That is my favorite thing that has ever happened on the stream. That was fantastic.
No, it's not. Oh, I'm outside my range. I can't even do anything.
Oh, yeah, because you probably didn't put any life support on those guys, did you?
No, because I didn't assume I was going to lose that ship.
Oh.
I liked it better when the AI sucked.
I don't think that our people would agree with you on that, Brad.
Well, clearly, I don't know. Oh, this is really bad.
That's okay. This is fun. This is actually, I'll tell you what, though, Brad. You're making way better progress on actually playing a freaking game on the stream.
Watch this, buddy. All right, you ready? I'll show you how. Let me show you how the game's played.
All right.
All right, you ready? All right, so let's see. Shipyard. Let's see. Make sure I got to make sure my planets are defended. You won't be making that mistake again. Now. Whoa. Oh.
Uh-oh. Oh, you play with auto turn on, don't you?
No, I don't have auto turn. I just pressed it. I didn't know.
Oh, you just.
All right, so see this guy? I just built it and invade. Oh.
No, you're not.
Oh!
Well, you can tell you what you can do though. You can dump out a constructor, make a star base.
I can't make it. I don't have the money.
Sure. Well, I mean, because they're Oh, how much do constructors even cost these days for you? A cheap one.
Aha.
You do have enough.
I do have enough. I am now broke. So we're gonna sit here for a second.
Good. Well, good job taxing the ore then. See, you don't hate taxes so much now, do you, Brett?
Yeah. Let's see.
Now you should be able to, I presume, go ahead and do the construct.
Yeah. Oh, it hung.
Uh-oh.
I think. I must have. What did I do?
You rushed to call.
My PC.
Uh-oh.
I just rushed.
Oh man. You need to see if the autosave will load.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, y'all. Let's see.
Yep. I'm going to Steam right now. I'm gonna write a nasty review.
Let's see.
Oh, whoops! There's the update. Because I'm still running the last beta.
Yeah. Well, release candidate actually. So this is the new build this build I think actually was finished while we were streaming. So this is literally the freshest build that we'll we'll have ever played on the stream.
Well, like I said, it's too late. I'm already going on and complaining.
Will there be more UP measures for release? Right now, it just seems like the same few keep popping up. Not for release.
No, there'll be a bunch more, and there are a lot in there, but they're tech dependent on the various races.
Oh,
but there should be. The problem is you need a lot more at the lower levels.
Sure. Let's see. Somebody said, Cyclona said, this is bad. Brad gets beat by challenging. A lot of players play suicidal. This is not Brad's A game. It is really hard to play your A game when you're streaming and taking questions. And
they're doing a lot better job. They're maxing and mining.
Yeah.
Hey, it's far enough into the past.
And I mean, honestly.
So there was her transport.
Yeah.
Hold on,
So what's default autosave? I think is like 5 turns. So
yeah.
I think their fleet's probably big enough to blow up your survey, though. Yeah, you better rush that vigilance out.
I can't.
You are a dirty save scummer. That's true. Oh, you can't.
No, because that.
The tax hasn't hit yet, and now the tax might not hit, depending on RNG. So I guess we'll see. Let's see. People think that you crashed the game on purpose to avoid your shame. Let's see. The Altarians use DDoS. It's super effective. I like that. That's a good joke. Let's see. Satoru says, you mentioned in the last stream how Steam reviews are super important. Steam reviews are super, super important. To me, they feel like user Metacritic. Why are Steam reviews different?
The difference is that they heavily determine what gets featured.
They heavily determine what's get featured, and people see them. Like people, it is just in your face, and that's where most of the people buy the game is on Steam, and it's in your face, so it really influences purchasing decisions for a lot of people, much more so than Metacritic. Metacritic, you got to go a whole different site, you got to look at it. I know Steam has it for some games, but it is, yeah, it's super important, and we very much thank anybody who takes the time to review us on Steam. It is a huge help.
It's kind of like IMDb. Like when I go to see a movie, if it's below a 7, I'm probably not going to go.
I don't know. I don't trust IMDb user reviews at all.
Really?
Yeah, they've never matched up very well with my tastes.
Oh.
So, yeah, I don't know. Silor says, I didn't get an update. It's not fair. Yeah, we're on an internal branch. You don't get this update. Sorry. And the reason for that is that it hasn't gone through QA.
Yeah, I know. Well, none of the builds running on here have gone through QA.
Right. So that's why. All right. Let's see. Any ideas for adding pathing options to auto move, like stay out of someone's territory, etc.?
It's not their territory. This is just your sphere of influence.
We had this discussion the other day in the cafeteria, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Brad, why don't you explain what
This is your sphere of influence.
and what does that mean in actual like fiction terms? Like what is going on in the space there?
That means it is the area that is considered under your influence, but it is not recognized by any legal body as your territory.
Okay.
However, there are United Planets, there are UP event issues in which you can change the legality of it. But the premise is that the game, you're just starting out. There are no laws yet to establish that. So there is no. The question is, why would this be your territory, right?
Right.
This is just what all this is doing is measuring how far your influence goes. At the start of the game, there are no laws yet. That's what the UP's for.
Fair enough. So it's not strictly your territory.
This may
they're totally gonna. Oh man, and they got missile defenses too. You are boned.
Thanks.
I'm just saying, on a scale of 1 to boned, you're looking pretty boned.
I got. Come on, buddy, you can do it.
Their defenses though. Missile's your best attack.
Did you see that point defense just take out my missile?
Yeah, and you have.
And he's dead.
And you only have armor defense, and they're not even attacking. Yeah. Oof. This is rough times. Let's see.
I need one more turn. I'm pretty sure.
Will there be time anomalies? Oh, did you get it?
I got it.
Because you had the one turn that it took them to spend the move attacking your garrison fleet.
That's right.
There's that survey crew died of a hero's death.
SMRT.
Will there be time anomalies? That's something that a lot of people have requested. It's just they're hard to implement. They're really cool in concept and something that happens a lot in sci-fi for sure. They're hard to implement in a way that makes sense and is fun. So it's something that we think about. I don't think they're anywhere like on the docket, as it were. I don't think they're on the list, as I like to say. But it's something we think about. Will you ship a retail version of the game? No. Let's see. CEO can't beat game. Negative review. Please don't do that.
I've already put in my Steam review for that crash.
Fair enough. Let's see. Does influence grow forever?
You see that? He left.
Did you?
He left.
He left?
That's right. Run away.
He ran away from your little 40 attack?
Well, he didn't exactly have a super mega fleet.
He was 36-24.
Remember, my guy has 40 attack.
Yeah, but he's actually got missile defenses, and you have no missile defense.
Ooh, hey, too big man.
I'm just saying I would have attacked.
Well, you would have lost.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Ooh,
I guess
I'm just trying to take out the garbage now here in my
blown up star bases. Yeah.
And then I'm going to go to him and try to get him to.
Let's see. Yeah, people are saying in the chat, they feel like borders because the AI complains if you go into their area.
Yeah, because they annoy the players. Right,
and then
they annoy the human players.
They do annoy the human players, and so the other thing we get is that they want to be able to express their annoyance to the AI,
right?
Which is fair.
I agree. They should be able to complain to them.
And then
I just don't have there's no mechanism yet. But
the other problem is that the treaty that gets rid of that is called open borders. So there's a little bit of a
yeah, but it's not a legal thing. And by the
Well,
way,
if it's a treaty,
and
it's a legal thing,
well,
presumably.
what's that? It just means I'm saying there is no. People are asking literally for the game to keep you from doing something, right?
Sure.
Well, but it's not. You're talking about something between annoying someone and what is actually legal, right? There's nothing illegal about going into someone else's area of influence. It just annoys everyone.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Any plans to allow players to place colony capitals?
Oh, no, because it just
think so.
happens to be where the ship landed,
Right.
which is more of a luck where they literally, didn't die.
Fair enough. Let's see. All right. A bunch of people have been asking, what's your favorite Stardock game and what's your favorite non-Stardock game? It's come up a bunch of times and I've ignored it. But
My favorite non-Stardock game of all time is probably Total Annihilation.
you love Total Annihilation. What's your favorite Stardock game of all time? Or do you?
I can say GalCiv 3.
Yeah,
This is the best game we've ever done. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Fair enough. And you say marketing hates you.
No, I mean this is really well done.
It's quite.
I wish I could take more credit for it, but I mean, I'm going to take credit for it. But it is.
I mean, we sent you on media tour.
Woohoo!
Ah, there you go. Oh, that stupid Quest pop-up system.
Oh, I don't know how else you would do it. It would be really awkward.
Well, it's just weird that it pops up in the middle of the cinematic.
Oh yeah, that's such an edge.
It is definitely an edge case for sure. A lot of love for Total Annihilation in the chat. Was Total Annihilation the one with the hundreds of units? Yes, it was.
Yes, and that's why we're making a game with thousands of units.
I was gonna say it has been my opinion that you've been chasing that Total Annihilation dragon for a few years, and you finally get to live your dream.
Yeah, well, making an engine that can do it was well beyond Stardock's ability until we teamed up with Oxide.
True.
That
The
is
Oxide guys they're crazy geniuses. It's like the stuff that they do is just nuts. It is amazing to me. I love that your cheap constructor is actually spelled properly. Forever, Paul had his cheap constructor that was all.
Oh, he
over,
actually calls his cheap too.
Yep.
That's funny.
It was great. All right, I think we should do one more giveaway. And let's see, what should we say? We should say, I think the keyword is going to be save.
I didn't really intend for the Iconians to come over and take all my stuff.
I think save scumming is the keyword. Save scumming is the key.
There needs to be a way for me to steal other people's star bases. I think.
Like influence?
Yeah.
Well, then the problem with that is you kind of sometimes
know-
need the ability to drop a starbase into somebody else's territory. For range
no,
and
no,
such.
you can't get away.
What is going on with that? Oh, that's your transport.
I'm sorry, it's ugly.
It is ugly.
Don't judge me.
What you need is a tech that shrinks the transport module down so you can fit two of them, so it's nice and symmetrical. That's what you need.
Yeah, well, I only needed one.
Fair enough. Dare, are you gonna find that fleet where they're up? See, you're giving your movement. Oh, all right, you caught him this. You caught him this
well,
time.
if I put sensors on my ships, I wouldn't have this problem.
That's true.
Ooh, that hurt. See,
That did
but now
hurt.
I would have won that battle.
Fine. I thought you only had one there before.
I don't know.
You can neither confirm nor deny.
Doggone it! Look at that. I hate this guy.
Let's see. Manson suggests maybe armed forces boarding for star bases.
I'm all for anything that gets me their star base. I'm for it.
I know boarding is something that's come up a lot lately, and we're certainly open to the idea. It's certainly not going to be a 1.0 feature.
No, because I'm running. Well, what I'm running right now, this download should be the 1.0.
This should, provided it passes QA. I think this is the build that you guys will be seeing tomorrow.
Oh crap!
But
well,
Paul has been positive on the idea of boarding at some point. He's just not going to be able to go anywhere, so he's just star-based it.
Well, no, I'm going to eventually get this when I destroy this guy.
Nice. So boarding is definitely something it's I don't know if it's on the list, but it's list adjacent. It's probably I'm guessing it's probably an expansion thing.
That would be an expansion
because that's a fairly major
very
feature.
serious feature.
Yep. And the other suggestion from Mew178 is, what about a spy system? And they can flip star bases. Spies and espionage, that's an expansion. I believe.
Oh, you guys, I hear you like give stuff away.
Oh, what? If we give stuff away.
Oh.
Oh my. That's not going to go super well for you, I don't think. That's his transport.
Is it really?
I like Sudden Shade. That's a good name for a transport. I like that. Let's see. Will we be able to mod cargo
Look how
type
cool my
hulls?
ship looks, though.
It does look cool.
Look at those. And no, that was awful.
I just love the look how cool my ship looks, and this just swarm of missiles descends. That was beautiful.
Okay, I got a little too close to their homeworld.
Let's see. Will we be able to mod cargo type hulls for use in other roles? I'd love to make those long, thin cargo style ships for combat.
You can.
Well, what you can do is you just take
or make your own.
Yeah, you
From
just make your own
scratch.
ship with the design.
Yeah, let me go to the design. A lot of people don't realize you can go to the designer.
You can do crazy stuff in here.
And then one of your options is this little. See this first one? All this is just a dot, and then you can basically make whatever you want.
Right. And you can stretch that out. You can show if you want to stretch that out into a long thin piece, you can do that.
Yeah.
You can absolutely make long thin things. You can make crazy stuff in the designer. It is incredibly powerful. If you haven't, you should check out on the GalCiv 3 forums, which is forums.galciv3.com. There is a thread where community members have been posting their ship designs. There is some super cool stuff in there. Super, super cool. Check that out. Check out the Steam Community Hub has a lot of them as well. Get some ideas of what you can make out of the ship designer. We actually had a really cool graphic that we made that Brad took one look at and said, we can never release this. We'll immediately get our pantsuit off. And we were all very disappointed because it was really cool.
Yeah, you get
It was totally the lawsuit.
What's that?
It was totally a lawsuit. No.
Oh yeah, I mean you had TIE fighters and stuff. You can make any ship with this.
You can make any ship with it. Let's see. So, anything you're excited about that's coming into 1.1? People are always looking into the future. You're never happy with what you got. This is any resemblance to any existing IP with this ship is purely intentional. Let's see.
Well, I guess it kind of looks like a Klingon.
It looks a lot like a Klingon warbird.
It wasn't my intention when we started.
It's all good. Let's see. So, anything you're excited about for 1.1? The Steam Workshop is a big kind of headline feature for 1.1. There will be a ton of stuff in it, but that's the big thing. Let's see. Black Sheep just read the 1.0 patch notes. All right, you're one ahead of me. So that's good. I'm going to have to go deal with that in a minute. Oh, hey, I should roll this giveaway. I said I was going to do that, didn't I? Hey, guess who wins? It's J Solo 15. J Solo 15 wins. Congratulations. You will get a message after the stream. Where is my super scientific notepad document where I'm keeping all the winners? All right.
Look at that. This is probably the one. I mean, I made this from nothing.
That was pretty quick. I suck at the ship designer. Anybody who's been watching the stream since the beginning knows how horrific my ship designs are. I think there's actually a trailer, or there's a video on YouTube.
I have one Durantium, so I'm going to.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those
I
prototype
mean,
weapons are so
anything
good.
this needs to be.
Oh, it needs to be big. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see. Battle viewer camera getting fixed in 1.0. I don't
Not
believe
1.0.
So.
I mean, it's not broken. It's just hard to. It's just
not great.
User friendly.
Yeah. That's pretty high on the list. Battle viewer cameras, I know.
Well, I want a bunch of other stuff too. I want more views, and there's a whole bunch of stuff they're gonna do. One of the things that there's a cinematic effect that we almost got in for the battle viewer, so that it looks more. Basically it's some effects.
So let's see. I hope boarding will be part of the new invasion mechanic because that's not really exciting right now. Yeah, invasion is very bare bones right now. We know. We're working on it. It'll get better. We promise.
Oh, I can only fit
You
one.
don't fit the one.
What else can I fit on there? Can I fit a Stinger? No. Can I fit lasers? Yes.
Excellent.
I really need to put some defense. I don't have any defense tech because defenses are actually the way. Like if I was playing most multiplayer, that's what you do.
Ah.
All right. What should I call this ship?
You should call it the Raptor. because it's definitely not a bird of prey. That's what I have to say about that.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Mew178 says, "Hey man, it's okay. I make worse ships. Trust me." Thank you. I appreciate that. What is outside the window? I assume you mean the window literally behind me and the cam there. Just some trees and stuff. Just Michigan. You know, it's spring. It's freaking.
We were watching turtles go at it the other day.
Oh, nice.
That was seriously that big one. That's
out
yeah.
back?
The other it turns out he's the boy.
Excellent. I'm glad that somebody's on top of that.
Yes.
Or
well, that's what I'm here for.
Please don't forget the undo button in Ship Designer. That's, I know, something that Paul has wanted to do for a long time.
Yeah, he's the one that's to suffer for. I'm surprised he didn't already have that.
It is. Well, no, Brandon's making ships now. Paul will always be making ships, but yeah, let's see. Can you put swords on ships? They're not functional, but you can totally put swords on ships.
Yeah, people made Transformers.
Yeah, people made Voltron. There is a freaking Voltron. It looks so cool. I'm astounded. Let's see. For us big fans of Total Annihilation, will Ashes make us forget other games ever existed? I mean, it's definitely being made for fans of Total Annihilation.
Yeah.
Put it that
I'm too big of a fan of Supreme Commander.
I am a big fan of Supreme Commander, too.
I'm not going to say anything negative about Supreme Commander. Not to mention that Chris is a pretty good friend.
So,
It is not, but people ask me, oh, so this is like Supreme Commander. I was like, well, it's a lot more like Total Annihilation.
But, I mean, there's... I
it's
know we
actually
haven't...
like Total Annihilation meets Kohan meets...
there's a lot of Kohan in it, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, Ashes, I know we haven't said anything about it for a little while. I was actually just doing some planning on that today. You'll be seeing some more Ashes pretty soon here in this summer. So don't worry about it. Does this game have carrier modules? Yes, we have carriers.
It does. Carriers are in. Yay.
Yay. All right.
Yeah, people finally got their carriers.
People have been asking about that for a long time.
Oh, I thought this was an invader. Oh, there he is.
No, it's a constructor.
Oh, crap. I should have...
I'd make more fun of you if I hadn't totally done that myself.
What did I put in here? Is that the carrier then? Aha.
That's your invader. There you go. Let's see. All right. Well, what do you think, Brad? Anything you want to accomplish before we cut the stream here?
Yeah, I want to conquer this planet.
All right. Well, get conquering. I love the fact that we finally made it so you get your first starship or starbase upgrade automatically. I know that's like a couple betas ago, but to me, it's finally because I've been staring at GalCiv for a long time. But
no, you've been getting that for a long time.
That's what I said.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was first time I played it. I gotta have that. That was driving me crazy.
There we go. We got Geo.
There we go. Now let's take a look as we end the game. Let's see where we're at. The timeline.
We can pick this game up again in a later stream.
Let's see. Power. Look at me. See, I'm pretty good. I'm not.
Yeah, you're doing all right. You're doing all right.
Where's my See, is that me? Military power? Am I the #1 military power now?
Well, you were a couple turns ago. You got something blown up. Who else? Oh, the Kryn. There's something going on with the Kryn. Like they are always nasty.
Not anymore. They got nerfed. They must have got. They had patriotic.
I don't remember what patriotic does. So.
It basically they don't get a large empire penalty.
Oh well, the large empire penalty got nerfed pretty hard itself.
Yeah, if you read the forums, people don't agree with you or me. But it's still something.
Okay.
But the Kryn just must have gotten because they do not but they still have prolific, so their population goes.
Oh, so they grow, yeah, which is huge because population growth is tough. Yeah. Especially once you get to the invasion stage of the game. Oh, you're only at war with Altario, so that's good.
Yeah.
What is the orange line again?
Oh, Altarians are war. Let's see.
Oh man, there's a lot of war going on right now.
Yeah, this is why it must be why my military, because I'm nice and isolated. These guys over here must be just crushing each other.
Yeah. That's good. Then I'm glad to see that happening because it means the AI is doing stuff, right? It means the AI is active. It's pursuing goals. It's executing strategies.
I mean, like I'm pretty good at the game. I think I could probably win on challenging. At tough or higher, it really depends on the start of the game.
Fair enough.
And that's only in case. I mean, like. I don't know what it'll let me put in 1.11. It depends on how people are happy with the release because I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm working on for either 1.01 or 1.1. It's like it's just
more AI stuff.
I have 7 years to work on this. So.
Awesome.
There it is. There's my cool ship. Look at that.
Sweet. God, ships look so much better now. The HDR really helps ships and planets.
Yeah.
Although you don't see a lot of HDR on that guy just because of the way he's laid out.
Yeah, and it's what's ironic?
Did
is that
Ampy get turned back up on ships?
a little bit
Because he's got a lot. I suppose he's right next to a white star though too.
Yeah, but we did make it so it's like
Yeah,
there's not,
ambient on planets isn't too bad.
how many people are on this planet? Not much. Let's go back to Earth.
Yeah.
Let's see. Does Earth have the night lights going?
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, a little
going on
bit.
there?
They're just
Oh,
too-
that's the Pacific.
There's some. Oh yeah, yeah. There's some. You see them. See in Australia. There's Sydney.
Okay. So
Yeah,
those
yeah, there
actually
we
got
go.
okay. So those actually got toned down quite a bit too.
Yeah,
They used to be really extensive.
We go back and forth on that every build. It seems like.
Yeah, but the HDR helps a lot. Like that looks really nice.
You
And
can
there's
see all the little ships flying around.
oh yeah, look at those little guys just hanging out doing their thing. And they're actually using Z-axis. Thank God. They're actually using the Z-axis, like they're pathing up and down.
Oh yeah, yeah. They all have their own orbit.
Yep, that's sweet.
Oh yeah, another thing. Look at this. People used to complain. Oh, look, the moon. The moon actually gets eclipsed.
Oh yes, yep. When the
Hey, it's a new moon on. It's a new moon, and then oh look there.
That's so nice looking, man. Our graphics guys do such an amazing job. I mean, people forget like our team is tiny. In like game industry terms, our teams are tiny.
Yeah.
We get, but something you and Derek both love to talk about how because we actually keep people and keep people happy and give them jobs that they like, that we keep people for 5, 10, 15 years. And a developer who you've had for 10 years or who's been oh, that looks sweet.
Oh yeah, we basically had the GalCiv 2 team.
Yeah,
I mean everyone that from GalCiv 2
that experience
who finished
is
it was on
just-
GalCiv 3.
Yeah,
that was,
it is a
GalCiv
force
2 was
multiplier.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
9 years ago.
Yep.
I mean, even Carrie was wrote a lot of the stuff that we're using in here before she went off and had to have her baby.
Who does that anymore?
I know. I thought we had like pods now or something.
You met my baby today.
Yeah, she's adorable. I've seen
is
your baby
adorable.
many times.
That's true. She is freakishly adorable, though. It's ridiculous. Anyway, all right. We
I
might
tell
do
you, I could just sit there looking at these planets. So they're just, you know what looks
Yeah.
really good? They spent a lot of time on this, which I've complained about, but they did. Saturn really does look good.
Yeah. I'm kind of
They
torn on
spent
the.
like a day to get all the shadows and stuff.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn on the shadows. They're so sharp on the rings.
You know why?
Because
Turns
that's
out
how they are.
Yeah, that was one of the.
You and your reality. I'm
I
talking
know.
about games
I
here,
know.
not reality.
Like I said the same thing. Have you ever seen what we would look like? Because it's actually this is a model. These aren't fake. These are real shadows. This is a light source, and this is
Right.
modeling physics of.
Right.
But because I remember I threw a rage that about the asteroids being wrong. Remember they didn't have their light didn't come from they were not.
Oh, they just had ambient on them.
Yeah.
The the Durantium refinery looks so much better than it used to too. I mean, that is just leagues above. And the HDR is really nice on that, getting that nice bright hot bloom effect on there.
Yeah.
The
Look
HDR
at-
has a
look at
ton
the
to do with that.
self-shadowing on there and stuff.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yep. So good.
Yeah, that's why you see someone it's just GalCiv 2. It's like, no, it's not like GalCiv 2. Anyone who says I should be forced to go back and play GalCiv 2 for a while.
I have actually done that, and GalCiv 3 is much better.
Yeah, it's like, hey, remember GalCiv 2? The game didn't have any tooltips.
Yeah, man, tooltips are a thing.
Yeah.
They're a helpful thing. Tell you
Yeah.
what.
Or how about, I could never go back and where the planets build the ships. I mean, it'd be like
Oh,
having
yeah.
how many shipyards?
Yep.
I
Yep.
only-
No, it's way better.
Whereas what I have 3.
It's
shipyards?
way better. It really cuts down on micro. One last question. I'm going to kill the stream. Mew178 says, "What's your rig, guys?" Bruce, is this the new machine or is this the old machine? It's the new machine on the gaming side.
Oh, no, that's the old one.
Yeah, the capture box is a new one. Yeah, all right. So the gaming machine it's something like an i7 4770, something like that. I'm bragging, figure it out. I was right. It's an i7 4770 with 16 gigs of RAM, and I believe that's a 290X.
That's better than my machine.
Or no, that's a 280. It's a 280 in
I've
there.
only
It's
had
a
12 gigs in my machine upstairs, which is a pain in the butt.
Oh, I'm kind of surprised by that.
Not for GalCiv, but for on Ashes, because I have to generate test maps and stuff.
Oh yeah. So that's what this is. This machine is actually getting upgraded. I think that's on Roscoe's desk right now. So we're gonna have a new slightly better machine here. Although this the 280 crushes GalCiv pretty well at 1080. the 280 might struggle a little bit to do GalCiv at 4K. Maybe not even though. I think it'd probably be okay because the 280 I think is a 4 gig card, so it'd probably be okay at 4K. But the 295 will be even better, and the 295 is going to make Ashes look real pretty. I know for a fact that the 295 is going to make Ashes look real pretty. So, all right, that's the word. We're going to kill the stream. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. This is really fun. We're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to be in a special 4-hour stream tomorrow, actually. Chat is probably going to be a little more insane because there's, I think, going to be a lot more people in the chat, is my hope, because of some things that are going on. So
special guests,
some special things. It's going to be fun. But we're gonna be giving away some stuff as well. So you can come back. We're actually not just giving away Founder Elite keys tomorrow. I actually also have some A10 APUs from AMD to give away. AMD was kind enough to sponsor our stream and give us some APUs. So they are top of the line, super fast. I don't have the box in front of me, but they're crazy fast. They're 8 cores. They have the built-in R7 graphics. They're really neat. So you'll be able to win one of those. They're fairly expensive, not crazy expensive, fairly expensive, but it's a pretty cool prize. So we're gonna have those for tomorrow as well. I know we had a guy in the stream the other day who was complaining that the performance on his E6700 was really bad. And I was like, man, I don't have a good answer for you because I believe you that your performance on your E6700 is not amazing. So that's a shame. But we're going to have lots of streams. We're going to have lots of prizes. We're going to have special guests. It's going to be really cool. We're going to have lots of making fun of Brad for losing to the Altarians.
I did not lose. I clearly won.
Tomorrow, we're going to start at the same time. It's 3 p.m. Eastern, whatever time that is in your own locale. I will let you do the math and or the Google for yourself. But we'll be starting at 3. We're going to go for at least 4 hours. It's launch day. It's going to be super fun. You guys will have your 1.0 build. It'll be out there. There'll be all kinds of stuff going on. The ship parts will be out there. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be great.
This prototype ship is literally twice as good as my standard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That's tiny. This is small.
Okay. Nonetheless. Oh, you actually strapped lasers and cannons on there, too.
No, I had Durantium driver because I had one Durantium.
That's the Durantium driver. Oh, okay. Oh, you probably just had room for one laser unit on there.
Yeah.
So what?
It's almost not worth it because I have such good. I think I have photonic torpedoes now, don't I?
Oh, you might. You've been going pretty hard on missiles.
All right. Well, anyway.
All right. Well, that's the stream. Thanks, Brad, for coming. Thank you, Bruce. Oh my God, I'm so happy. We got our high def. We got no problems. 0 dropped frames. That makes me so happy. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Check out the wiki at galciv3.gamepedia.com. I've spent a ton of time on it, but if people add more, it's going to be that much better. Check out the wiki. Review us on Steam. All that stuff. We love all the support that you guys have given us. It's super great, and we appreciate it so much. Thanks for coming. We'll see you tomorrow.